My topic is Leishman syndrome. Leishman syndrome is a rare inherited disorder caused by deficiency of the enzyme hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyl transferase, that is HGPRT. The deficiency of this enzyme occurs due to the mutations in the HPRT1 gene, which is located on the X chromosome. So, it is a recessive disease which is linked to the X chromosome. The disorder was first recognized and clinically characterized by American medical student Michael Leish and his mentor, pediatrician William Lyon at Johns Hopkins. The HGPRT deficiency causes a build-up of uric acid in all body fluid. The combination of increased synthesis and decreased utilization of purine lead to high levels of uric acid production. The result in both high levels of uric acid in blood and urine associated with severe gout and kidney problem. Leishman syndrome is an X-linked recessive manner. The gene mutation is usually carried by the mother and passed on to her son. Although one-third of all cases arise de novo, that is from new mutation, which do not have a family history. Leishman syndrome is present at birth in baby boys. Most, but not all, persons with this deficiency have severe mental and physical problems throughout their life. There are very few rare cases in the world of affected females. The symptoms caused by the buildup of uric acid, which is gout and kidney symptom, respond well to the treatment with medication. The mental deficit and self-mutilating behavior do not respond well to treatment. There is no cure, but many affected people live to adulthood. Next, what are the signs and symptoms of Leishman syndrome? All of the following are a result of an overproduction of uric acid, which include urate crystal formation, kidney stone, blood in urine, dysphagia, which is difficulty in swallowing, swelling of the joint, vomiting, involuntary writhing movement, moderate mental retardation, irritability, etc. Leishman syndrome is characterized by three major hallmarks: neurological dysfunction, cognitive and behavioral disturbances including self-mutilation, uric acid overproduction, which is called hyperuricemia. The damage to the basal ganglia causes suffers to adopt a characteristic fencing stance due to the nature of the lesion. Some may also be afflicted with macrocytic anemia due to the faulty DNA synthesis, most likely due to the deficient purine synthesis, which leads to a lag of cell division with respect to increase in cell mass. Virtually all patients are male. Males suffer delayed growth and puberty, and most develop shrunken testicles and testicular atrophy. Female carriers are at an increased risk of gouty arthritis but are usually otherwise unaffected. The first clinical element is overproduction of uric acid. One of the first symptoms of the disease is the presence of sand-like crystals of uric acid in diapers of the affected infant. The overproduction of uric acid may lead to the development of uric acid crystal or stones in the kidneys, ureters or bladder. Such crystal deposited in joints later in the disease may produce gout-like arthritis with swelling and tenderness. The overproduction of uric acid is present at birth but may not be recognized by routine clinical laboratory testing method. Next is the nervous system impairment or neurological disability. The period before and surrounding birth are typically normal in individuals with Leishman syndrome. The most common presenting features are abnormally decreased muscle tone, which is called hypotonia, and developmental delay, which are evident by 3 to 6 months of age. Affected individuals are late in sitting up, while most never crawl or walk. Lack of speech is also a very common trait associated with Leishman syndrome. Irritability is most often noticed along with the first signs of nervous system impairment. Within the first few years of life, extrapyramidal involvement causes abnormal involuntary muscle contraction, such as loss of motor control, that is dystonia, writhing motions, and arcing of the spine. Signs of the pyramidal system involvement including spasticity, overactive reflexes which is called hyperreflexia, and extensor plantar reflexes also occur. The resemblance to athetoid cerebral palsy is apparent in the neurological aspects of Leishman syndrome. As a result, most individuals are initially diagnosed as having a cerebral palsy. The motor disability is so extensive that most individuals never walk. and become lifelong wheelchair users. The next is self-injuring behavior or behavioral elements. Persons affected are cognitively impaired and have behavioral disturbances which emerge between 2 and 3 years of age. The uncontrollable self-injury associated with Leishman syndrome also usually begins at 3 years of age. The self-injury begins with biting of the lip and the tongue. As the disease progresses, affected individuals frequently develop finger biting and head banging. Self-injury can increase during times of stress. Self-harm is a distinguishing characteristic of the disease and is apparent in 85% of affected males. Compulsive behaviors also occur, including aggressiveness, vomiting, spitting. The development of this type of behavior is sometimes seen within the first year or in early childhood, but others may not develop it until later in life. Next is the role of HGBRT in the body. Hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyltransferase transferase is an enzyme which plays a key role in the recycling of purine bases. Hypoxanthine and guanine into purine nucleotide pools. Without HBRT, the purine bases are broken down and excreted as uric acid. Since the purine bases cannot be reused, the production of purine bases is increased. So here there is no conversion of hypoxanthine and guanine occurs. Both of these together cause a significant overproduction of uric acid. This is a purine salvage pathway. Leishman syndrome is due to the mutations of HPRT1 gene, which is located on the X chromosome. So because it is named, it codes for the enzyme hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyltransferase transferase. This enzyme involved in the biochemical pathway, the body uses it to produce purine, one of the components of DNA and RNA. Defect of this enzyme lead to increased production of uric acid. Since the HPRT gene is located on the X chromosome, Leishman syndrome is an X-linked inherited disorder. That is, the father of an affected male will not be the carrier of the mutant allele and will not have the disease. An obligate carrier would be a woman who has an affected son and one other affected relative in the maternal line. Next is the pathophysiology of Leishman syndrome. Here, as in other X-linked diseases, males are affected because they only have one copy of X chromosome. But in Leishman syndrome, the defective gene is that for hypoxanthine guanine phosphoribosyltransferase transferase, a participant in the recycling of purine nucleotide. Female carriers have a second X chromosome which contain a normal copy of HPRT, preventing the disease from developing, but they may have increased risk of hyperuricemia. A large number of mutations of HPRT gene are known. Mutations that only mildly decrease the enzyme's function do not normally cause the severe form of Leishman syndrome, but do produce a milder form of the disease which still features purine overproduction, which is accompanied by the susceptibility to gout and uric acid nephrolithiasis. The formation of DNA during cell division requires nucleotide molecules that are building blocks of DNA. The purine bases such as adenine and guanine and pyrimidine bases such as thymine and cytosine are bound to the deoxyribose and phosphate and incorporated as necessary. Normally, the nucleotide are synthesized de novo from amino acid and other precursors. A small part, however, is recycled from the degraded DNA of broken down cell. This is termed as a salvage pathway. The HGPRT is a salvage enzyme for the purine. It can channel the hypoxanthine and guanine back into the DNA synthesis. The failure of this enzyme has two results. They are, first one is cell breakdown products cannot be reused and are therefore degraded. This will give rise to increased uric acid, which is a purine breakdown product. Second one is the de novo pathway is stimulated due to excess PRPP, that is phosphoribosyl pyrophosphate. It was previously unclear whether the neurological abnormalities in LNS were due to uric acid neurotoxicity or to a relative shortage in new purine nucleotide during essential synthesis step. The genetic mutation affecting the enzyme of the de novo synthesis pathway may possibly contribute to this disease, although these are rare or unknown. Uric acid has been suggested as a possible cause of neurotoxicity, but this is also unproven. There are some evidences suggest against the role of uric acid in the neuropathology of Leishman syndrome. They are hyperuricemia associated with classic primary gout, which is caused by low uric acid renal clearance rather than uric acid overproduction. This is not associated to neuropathology. The next one is hyperuricemia occurs in a number of purine disorders, in particularly xanthinuria. Despite having a complete absence of blood uric acid, xanthinuria patients do not have any neuropathology nor any other disease states other than the kidney stone caused by accumulation of insoluble xanthin in lieu of uric acid. Similarly, uric acid does not penetrate the blood-brain barrier well. However, the oxidative stress due to uric acid is now thought to figure in metabolic syndrome, atherosclerosis, and stroke. All syndromes associated with high uric acid level. Similarly, superoxide dismutase, that is SOD, and SOD mimetics such as Tempol, etc. Likewise, 6-hydroxydopamine apparently act as a neurotoxin by generation of reactive oxygen species. It may be that oxidative stress induced by some other oxypurine such as xanthin causes the disease. The frequency of disease is reported as 1 per 3,80,000 and mortality rate is few patients live beyond 40 years. The drug allopurinol is used to control hyperuricemia, but most patients experience progressive dysphagia, that is difficulty in swallowing, and die after pneumonia. Also common in sudden unexpected death even to the patient in stable medical condition. Next is the treatment and prognosis. Treatment of Leishman syndrome is symptomatic. Gout can be treated with allopurinol to control excessive amount of uric acid. Kidney stones may be treated with lithotripsy, which is a technique for breaking up kidney stone using shock waves or laser beam. There is no standard treatment for the neurological symptoms of Leishman syndrome. It is essential that the overproduction of uric acid can be controlled in order to reduce the risk of nephropathy, nephrolithiasis, and gouty arthritis. So, the drug allopurinol is utilized to stop the conversion of oxypurines into uric acid, which can prevent the development of subsequent arthritic tophi, kidney stone, and nephropathy. This resulting in the kidney disease. Allopurinol is taken orally. A typical dose of 3 to 20 mg per kilo per day. The dose is then adjusted to bring the uric acid level down into the normal range. Most affected individuals can be treated with allopurinol through their life. There is no such medication is effective in controlling the extrapyramidal motor features of the disease. Spasticity, however, can be reduced by the administration of baclofen. There has previously been no effective method for the treatment for the neurobehavioral aspects of the Leishman syndrome. Even children treated from birth with allopurinol develop behavioral and neurological problems, despite never having had high serum concentration of uric acid. The self-injurious and other behaviors are best managed by a combination of medical, physical, and behavioral interventions. The self-mutilation is often reduced by using restraints. Because the stress increases the self-injury, behavioral management through aversive techniques, which would normally reduce the self-injury, actually increases the self-injury in individuals with Leishman syndrome. Nearly all affected individuals need restraints to prevent self-injury and are restrained more than 75% of the time. The treatment of Leishman syndrome, according to Gary E. Eddy, which is a medical director, include Judicious use of protective devices. Second, utilization of a behavioral technique commonly referred to as selective ignoring with redirection of activities. And third is occasional use of medications. Prognosis. Prognosis for the individuals with severe Leishman syndrome is poor. Death is usually due to kidney failure or complications from hypotonia in the first or second decade of life. Less severe forms have better prognosis. The buildup of excessive uric acid in the body causes painful episodes of self-mutilation and may result in severe retardation and eventually their death. Thank you.